Yeah, like freaking Umaru, like such a little shit. Like you think about Umaru, and like she has like the most annoying voice ever, and I just freaking this character just drives me insane. I don't. That's again, you just want to punch her in the face, but at the same time you don't, but you do, and
Manimal.
it doesn't make any sense to
Manimal.
me. And then
Manimal,
yeah.
you've been going on since last week.
Oh shit, have I?
It's been
haven't even
7
been
days.
here.
Oh my god, I have such a big wizard beard.
You've been talking about Umaru for 7 days, man.
I just really passionate on the topic, man.
We know. Everyone knows. But yeah, we've come back. We found you. You need water. You need food.
Well, it's nice of you guys to come back to the wreckage of the Mosby Hotel.
Yeah, well, you know.
It's all gone now. This is a nice water park now. It's has a nice view. Everyone's just playing.
And they're very mad you haven't paid the price of admission. So we're going to take you out of here. We're going to take you back to the studio. It's all going to be okay. We're going to give you a blanket so you're not in shock.
Back to the HQ.
Back to HQ. It's going to be okay. It'll be all right. After the intro, you'll be fed and watered, and we'll be all fine, ready for the spooky Halloween special.
Ooh.
Spooky dooky.
Guys, did you just hear that?
Animal sound effects?
Yeah, terrible sound effects. Oh my god, that sounded really cool.
That wasn't even in like good key.
I like
but
that.
It was the right notes, I think.
Yeah,
I'm easily amused. Guys, it must be that time of year. It's Halloween!
Oh,
Ooh,
get ready
for the Spookcast, the Spookfest 2017.
We are scary men, ready to do a scary show.
Yeah.
It's the spooky dooky episode of Halloween time-ish.
Skeleton ladies and skeleton gentlemen, welcome to the Undead Happy Hour. Don't know why I made that distinction, but, you know. It's gonna stay now. It's episode 111, which has significance, because did you know that number has no significance to any horror-related stuff? It's the non-emergency phone number.
111 multiply by 6. What do you get? 666.
Oh my god.
Number. That's not how math works, kids. Don't listen to me on that. But it's Halloween.
A 6 of the devil's number. This episode is.
Sure is.
That's extra sixes.
How many years will it be till episode 666?
Okay, let me do the maths. It's 2 years roughly for every 100. So, 10, 11 years?
Could you freaking imagine?
In 11 years, we're going to do 1,100 episodes.
Oh.
No,
wait,
we're not.
what?
Wait, no.
Anyway, I don't know.
That's still not right. It's probably more like, because if we do 100 every 2 years.
I don't know.
I don't know.
No. Yeah, sure. Because we're on 111 already. Let's go with that. Who have we got joining us this week? My name is Vacanstein. See that there? Halloween themed. And I'm here. And then joining me is the spirit of rock and roll. It's the Manimal. Manimal's kind of a horror-related theme anyway. Like half man, half animal.
He is, right?
Weremanimal. And then we have Coryn.
Of the Cob.
There you go.
That's not Halloween themed though.
Children of the Coryn. There we go.
Nice.
See, that's what I was trying to come up with, but it didn't work.
Yay! It's us three, and maybe Nairbons will make an appearance. Who knows? Lego was here, but he's crashed.
He's drunk and on the floor.
Yeah, surprise, surprise. Lego drank a few hours before the show, and now he's unavailable. Never mind, no. We can do without him. We can live without our Lego. He's here with us in spirit, which is very fitting, because, guys, it's Halloween. It's a spooky dooky hour that we're going to be having. Going to be doing some, I don't know, first impressions of the fall season as well. But before we go any further, let's just get the normal shit out the way. How's your week been? Manimal, let's go to you. Man, what have you been doing?
This week has been, interesting. No school, things are going on. So I did, nothing terribly exciting at all. I drove in the country roads for like an hour, and that was pretty interesting, actually.
Halloween-y?
Because, not really, because it was in the morning. It was at 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just tell you that, listening to like Kagayake Girls and Don't Say Lazy when you're going like freaking like 110 kilometers down a country road surrounded by orange trees when no one's there, it's a good time.
It doesn't sound safe either.
I have to say, the creepiest Halloween stuff takes place in the country roads.
Yeah, I guess so, but it's at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, but
So-
I mean, well, in the morning?
And no one's around.
That's what
Yeah.
you think. They could
I mean,
be
10 o'clock at
And
night.
the only
sure.
exciting thing I saw was a convenience store that had the Finnish flag next to a Canadian one. That was literally like the only thing.
Was it your
the whole
family?
way.
Did
No.
they own it?
There's a high concentration of Finns in this area.
Okay.
That's why. And I went in the convenience store, and it was really like, it could have been scary if I went at night, because there are a lot of like roads that are gated off and everything. Oh no, it was because I went down one road and I saw a stop sign, so I was like, it's probably normal. And there were just like these three, like, they look like abandoned houses with like boards over the windows, and there's still like a road on really tall grass, but there was like one single white chair, so I was like, people probably live here. So I just backed up immediately because I'm a very paranoid person and I'm not adventurous. That was almost creepy.
Yeah.
But like all my stories, I observed something and immediately took myself out of the situation.
This
Yes.
could have happened, but it didn't, so it's okay.
Yeah. Just, there's a lot of farms out there. A lot of cows, a lot of silos and stuff like that. It's fun road to drive down.
I was
But
going to say,
once-
it's
once-
nice to get out there, no?
Yeah. Because, everything here is like freaking one road leads you somewhere. You can freaking probably drive down like a one road to Toronto. It's really simple,
Yeah.
or something like that. Maybe I don't actually know. But other than that, time for the Manimals restaurant review segment.
Oh, Jamaican man.
See, it would have been Jamaican Man, but I didn't go there. So maybe next time.
That one Jamaican fan is still sitting there just like, you
I'm sorry,
motherfucker,
Jamaican
you
fan. I
promised us.
will go to that place. I just keep waiting.
Tell me about the jerk chicken.
It'll be good. I will actually have the jerk chicken, okay? But for now, I'll talk
Better.
about a Japanese restaurant that I went to with my friends. There's a lot of Japanese and Chinese restaurants here. In fact, there's like freaking 6 on just one road, So we went to one, and it's a really nice place in there, low lights. They're playing like piano music in there, and they have like the traditional cloths up where you can have like special VIP tables and stuff like that. And they have the fancy sushi plate things that you put sushi on. I don't really know. And it was an okay place, although I made a terrible mistake and underestimated the serving sizes because there's like some kind of chicken. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll have that and we'll just have sushi. But there's enough chicken to feed a family of 6 on this plate.
I made the same mistake last time I went to a sushi restaurant. I ordered 2 rolls and like a side and a soup, and it was a god-awful amount of food.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, the sushi I had was great. The wonton soup was amazing. I love wonton soup. But the chicken was a terrible idea, and I just shouldn't have done it.
Was it bad chicken or is it just too much?
It was okay. It was some kind of weird chicken with a weird sauce, but my God, there was way too goddamn much of it.
Man,
You know,
I'll live for weird sauces.
I guess so. But luckily, like, I just gave the rest to my friend. I didn't even want it. I was like, just freaking take this. But I don't know. I'm sure it's an okay restaurant. I just should have got something else. There's too much stuff,
Too much.
And, excuse me, the waitress wasn't Japanese, so, terrible restaurant.
I feel like that's probably par for the course.
I mean, everyone in the kitchen is, obviously, but, yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, actually, I saw them with my eyes.
That's good. I feel like it's pretty basically my experience of the last sushi place I went to.
Yeah. There's, a lot of them here, and it was okay. I went to the Polish place for the third time, and now it's bad, because as soon as I went in, the owner's like, nice to see you again! And I was like, oh, shit.
Well, now you're usual. Then you get special privileges.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Once again, I'm a freaking, Poland weeb now. I mean, not really, because I don't know a whole lot about Poland, but, my God, I freaking love that food. Best food I've eaten in my city. Oh, my God. Like, I don't know what it is about this restaurant. But it like I said, I have Polish DNA now. My DNA is all sausages and pierogies. It's just that good.
I love sausages and pierogies.
Yeah, but it's a Polish sausage. So that's what the guy says when he puts it down. Here's your Polish sausage.
I mean, it is different. It's a seasoning thing.
It's goddamn good. Holy shit, But other than that, I've absolutely nothing exciting to say, I think. Starbucks, they got their seasonal drinks. Pumpkin spice, what is it? Fraps are not good. They're not very good. They're really disappointing, Like, okay, the lattes are all right, but the fraps are not. That's not exciting. What do you have to say?
My week was interesting, I guess. I worked a lot, and then I didn't have anything to do on Friday. Was part of it. And then I went to a Halloween party on Friday night.
We saw pictures.
You did see pictures. I sent pictures, guys, to the group chat. And I went as Bill from Kill Bill, although you probably can't tell if I'm looking at it.
I had no idea what you were dressed as.
No. It would have made more sense in context because there were other people went as Kill Bill characters.
Gotcha.
So we had a couple group shots that didn't make it to the chat. Did that, stayed up really late, got way too drunk. Didn't black out, though, and I didn't puke, so that was good. I ended up driving home at like 5 a.m. So I was really tired.
You're driving drunk, huh?
I wasn't driving drunk. I was driving extremely fucking tired, which is just as good. And not illegal, which is important.
Gotcha, okay.
But, yeah, I got home real late. And then on Saturday night, I went out with Nair, and I saw the new Bladerunner film.
Oh, how is it?
I still need to watch the original. I bought the years ago.
So I just watched the original the week before, last week, for the first time. And I felt about the new one about the same as I did as the original one.
Okay.
And that I liked it. It was interesting. I thought it was a beautiful film. But it's okay, I'm not going to freak out about it, I mean, Brian didn't like as much. He said it was a good movie that shouldn't be Blade Runner.
Okay.
Because he likes the original a lot more, and I thought it looked really good, and I thought it was kind of true to the original. He disagrees.
But he's got attachment.
He's got attachment to it, and I don't see where he's coming from. It was long. I'll give it that. It was definitely too long. Because it was nice and slow-paced like you'd want it, a noir kind of film to be. But it was like nearly 3 hours long.
Ooh.
It is. If you're going to see it, sit down and be ready to sit. Maybe like take a piss bucket or something with you into the theater.
Oh boy.
Piss bucket? Is that a thing? Do people do that?
Well, what are you going to do? I mean, they don't put popcorn in buckets anymore, right?
They do.
What? It's only
they
bags.
Do here? No,
I mean,
buckets.
If you buy the big size.
What the shit? We literally only have bags here. I've never seen a popcorn bucket.
Yeah, well, even
life.
your milk comes in bags. Just a Canadian thing.
Like
our milk comes in bags, like I said, because we are so great that it needs to be contained in a bag, unlike your frickin' pussy boxes.
He's getting a little
boxes.
Okay. Any rate, no, yeah, it's a long movie, so be prepared for that. But I thought it was really good.
Have you seen the anime prequel? The little short thing.
I did not. I didn't know about that until after it came out.
Check that out because even just for, I'll say, if you have not seen Blade Runner and have no interest in seeing it, check it out just for the animation alone. Oh, it's stellar. Like, it has some amazing shots and amazing sequences in there.
Check it out. But like, it was really weird because basically what happened is I saw Blade Runner 2049 last weekend. And the weekend before that, I watched the original Blade Runner, And the weekend before that, I watched Ghost in the Shell. So I was very confused.
I feel like that shouldn't be legal to watch that many. Just go with Evangelion.
I watched the same film 3 times, and they were all different films. What really fucked me up, because in like the original Blade Runner, they have like the cool like advertisements floating through the sky on blimps and shit.
Yeah.
In the future, in the 2049, they still have that, but now they have like a lot more holograms. But then I was sitting in the theater thinking, didn't they have holograms in the first one? No, that doesn't make sense. It came out in the 80s, and then I realized I was conflating the original Blade Runner with Ghost in the Shell, which I had seen a week before. So now they're all just blended in my head.
Now you've all just got every single... I wouldn't like that. They'll just run into one.
I enjoyed it.
Excuse me.
If you get a chance, go see Blade Runner 2049. But that's basically been my week. After the Halloween party, I saw Blade Runner, and I worked the rest of the time.
Cool. Sorry I missed most
Oh,
of
wait,
your
I did. I saw something this morning, which I have to transmit to you on the internets. I was driving to work, and I saw a man walking down the street with like a hoodie on, you know?
Yeah.
And his hood was down. And in his hood was a rubber chicken.
Oh.
What?
There was a rubber chicken in this man's hood, and he was just walking down the street like nothing was wrong.
Like, was it like attached to the hood in some way, or
it was sitting in the hood,
just chilling?
Just chilling. You know, your traditional rubber chicken.
Why do you always see all these weird people on the street?
I don't know.
Yeah, where did... It's like Twilight Town that you live in.
It might be.
Just in the middle of Kansas somewhere. There's just a town where all of the oddballs go. Is there like a circus? I was going to say freak show, but, you know, don't think they do them anymore.
No circus, and I don't know if a circus would involve a man with a chicken in his hood.
Oh, I could think of a million uses of a man with a chicken in his hood.
Yeah, but if it's just like a rubber chicken, that's
it's
not...
It's just a rubber chicken, though. Like, I feel like someone put it in there as a prank and he never noticed.
Yeah. I mean, that was a dumb thing that we used to do in school. You try and put a banana in someone's hood of their coat.
I mean, I remember in college we'd fill people's hoods with, you know, bits of paper and stuff.
Yeah. You know, I don't know why. It's just funny.
You know, when you're bored. But yeah, that's my week. How's your week, Vacant?
Sorry I missed most of your week. There was a spider that needed to be caught. I am a designated spider catcher in my house, so...
Designated spider destroyer.
I don't know, no, I never destroy them. I always catch them.
Oh, look at you, Mr. Environment Eco Man.
I just feel like, you know, if I can catch it and just... Because there's no reason, just because it's in the house. And, you know, it shouldn't die, should it?
You probably think that it's going to rain if you crush it.
What?
Well, you don't... If you crush a spider, it rains. Don't you know that?
No.
That's like a whole thing that they say. Like, oh, you crush a spider, then it rains.
That sounds like a Finnish thing to me.
I have no goddamn idea. That
I don't know. No, the only time I'll kill them is if they, I'll pick it up and I'll be like, okay, spider, we're going to get you outside, son. I know you want to stay in the warmth, but you just need to go outside. You can't stay in here. And then they'll say, but I saw you had Crunchyroll. Can we watch A Sister's All You Need? I'll go, BAM! And kill it.
Time to get out of this planet.
Time to get out. Anyway, my week was... What did I do this week? I worked my days off, which was annoying. But it meant I had this day off, so that's good. So I haven't had a chance to do much. Caught up on a shit ton of wrestling, which was good. Watched TLC, the pay-per-view last night. Kurt Angle came back.
Oh, that was so awesome when the freaking Rock just like got Rey Mysterio in like a headlock.
None of them were there, but Kurt Angle came back, which was hilarious because basically, for those that are not in the loop, I just love the memes that have come out. It's something that's happened, but there's never really been a precedent for it before. There's like a viral, in fact, I think it was the mumps that's hit a few of the wrestlers, and it's gone through the locker room, which has forced them to pull a lot of the wrestlers and change the storylines at short notice, which has never happened before. So Roman Reigns and The Shield were all together. The Shield is a big faction, they're all popular. He was ill, so he had to leave, and the whole point of the show, the pay-per-view, has been built around this one match of the Shield reunion, 5 versus 3. So Kurt Angle steps up to be there, and they give him the same gear. So he comes out dressed in the same gear, but he's 20 years older, and there's just so many memes about him being, you know, when you and your friends go out, but you invite your recently divorced dad with you as well. He's just there in the background. It was brilliant. But it was a good show.
I've got to be honest. I've been there on my PlayStation. There's just like little WWE Network icon, I've kind of been eyeing it.
Go for it. If nothing else, watch NXT because it's actually good storytelling.
Is it?
NXT is really good because it's an hour a week. So, do you know when you trim the fat and just go, okay, we haven't got 7 hours of TV to fill each week. Here's just an hour. They just choose the best bits, like, because they're limited. So it's a case where the limitation's really eccentric because they go, okay, we can't have filler. We have to have everything. We have to make every minute count. So it's actually decent. Rather than on Raw, it's like, we've got 3 hours. Send a man out to sing a song for 10 minutes. That'll be fine. And then have 5 commercials.
Hey, look, it's the Ultimate Warrior.
He's dead.
He's dead. Not dead in my heart.
He's not dead in any of our hearts.
That's what he said. He lives
in real
on
life. Dead.
That was so freaky.
I am interested though, because I don't know how it works since it is an app kind of thing. Because you have it on like regular television, don't you?
Yeah.
Because I don't know how like the app thing would work. If I can like pull stuff up, or if it's like just full on streaming.
It's basically like Netflix. You can either watch what's on now, like they have like a watch now, and then it just shows you what programs are on, and then you can just search, any pay-per-view episodes and all that kind of stuff that you can go through. So there's a shit ton on there. If you're into wrestling, it's worth it.
I was just the other week I was wondering how I ended up getting an interest in wrestling, and I realized I went from fuck wrestling to okay, I like wrestling now.
The New Day will pull everyone in. They're good.
They helped.
The New Day are amazing.
It all started when one of my friends in college was like, yeah, I started watching wrestling with my friends. I'm like, wrestling's dumb and fake. And she's like, it's okay. And I'm like, maybe wrestling's okay.
I think it was the thing that made me less resistant to anime, because my main 2 interests of what I watch, which are obscure, are wrestling and anime. So you can use the same things where people are like, why would you watch that? Because I enjoy it. But why? Because I do. Like, it's for kids. No. It's so weird. It's the same arguments for everything. Why would you watch that? Because I do. I enjoy it.
They're kind of on similar levels of you watch what?
Yeah, I'm like, do you think any less of me because of the choices of entertainment that I watch? No? Then why is it an issue? Shut the fuck up. Like, what's your favourite film? Bet it's something generic. But it's shit. That's what I'd say. But no,
my favorite film is Citizen Kane.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh, Mr. fucking reviewer over here.
I analyzed the character of Orson Welles deeply, and I found his acting profound as Unicron.
Look.
Yes, I love Citizen Kane when Optimus Prime dies halfway through.
No. He never meets Optimus. Optimus dies by the time Unicron comes in.
He does. I love it when he turns Megatron into Unicron by making him beat the one Insecticon.
What?
He makes Megatron and Unicron by like taking one of the Insecticons, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember. Wait, what? Doesn't he become Galvatron? And he kills Stark? No, he didn't kill Stark.
Reformats them into the...
Because it's him and I forget who else. And they kind of...
Skywarp and...
Skywarp, right? Who gets turned into Cyclonus?
Something like that.
I can't remember.
Cyclonus.
Basically, it's Skywarp and Cyclonus, and they're floating through space, and there's a bunch of other dead Transformers, and then he takes them and, like, puts them into them and makes them...
Oh, it's been many years since I remember watching it.
The Transformers of the movie plays fast and loose with the rules, man.
I do remember that Optimus Prime came in and Hulk Hogan the shit out of everything, because it's like a full war.
Yeah, and then he died.
Autobots are losing, then he comes in as a one-man army and wrecks shop and beats the shit out of everything.
Dies in like the first 20 minutes of that film.
Like, again, that's the movie I've seen the most. Like, every line I almost know. Like, it's like, nobody summons Megatron, but it pleases me to be the first.
Oh yeah, that's what I remember. Yeah. Most of my weeks. So the other thing I've been doing is because I bought WWE 2K18, so I've just been playing that for ages. It's fun. It's a wrestling game. It's okay. It's glitchy as hell, but it's still okay. What else have I
Create a character.
Yeah, you spend hours creating that character, getting him lovingly prepared. You can put your face on it as well, which I immediately regretted doing because
how does that work?
Oh my god! Right, you take a picture of your face, okay, and then you load it up online, and you can download it onto your game. So you do that, and then you can like map it to the, and you can. It's really that like the character creation on a wrestling game is the best, hands down, of any game I've ever seen. Because you can choose, like, the eyebrows, the eyeballs, like, the X and Y axis, like, how high and how large they are, blah, blah, blah.
Because wrestling games, for those who don't know, basically invented create-a-character modes.
Pretty much. Like, they are ridiculously in-depth, to the point where you can, you can do hair, and then you can select hair dye selectively, like strips of hair dye, and dye individual parts. It's so ridiculously in-depth. Like, it takes hours upon hours to get a character looking, how you want it.
I mean, I'll always remember in college when Nair and I had SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 and just spent hours making monstrosities in the character creator.
That's the other thing that's fun, because if you go on because you can, on these ones you can share your creations, and if you go on, you can find quick search on there will get you Batman, Superman, like perfectly made as well, because people have taken the faces and stuff, like Joker's makeup and stuff like that. You can get dumb ones, you can get Goku, obviously he's always there, so if you want to ever do Goku versus Superman, you can go for it.
I mean, we made Rasslor. Rasslor was fun. He was from Samoa, quote unquote, but had like proportions of the monster from The Thing.
I used to, one thing we did, which was weird thinking about it, when back in the N64 days, we made our teachers that we didn't like, and then made them fight.
That's awesome.
We made them fight each other. I don't know
so awesome. What the hell?
We just liked having like one of our big fat headmaster, Mr. Cooper, and just having him do a moonsault off the top as his finisher. And he moonsaulted Mrs. Stroud for a table and killed her, I think, because she was a small Irish woman who was about 60, so she wasn't getting back up.
I mean, can you make the female wrestlers fight the male wrestlers in these things?
Yeah, you could. You could. I don't know if you can now. But what you used to do is when you set, because you could give them a female body, but you could set their gender as, you could set it as unspecified or unknown or something. So even though they had female characteristics, they were just generic, and you could use them on both.
Like Poison.
Perfect.
It was brilliant, but that's pretty much all I've been doing my week, other than reading more My Hero Academia, because obviously season 2's ended. Yeah. I've been doing that and catching up with anime. So before we get into anime now, shall we quickly skirt into the news? There's not a ton from me. One thing I started reading, which I thought was interesting, but it's kind of less interesting now. Not less interesting, but it's more obvious. So, remember Mob Psycho 100?
Yes.
There's a live-action being announced for Netflix. It's a live-action adaptation for Netflix, but it's not a Western adaptation.
Oh.
Which is what I initially thought it was. It's being done by TV Tokyo, so it's a Japanese one. Assuming for Japanese Netflix, and then it might be released here in English subbed. Could be okay, could be good.
There's absolutely no reason to do that show in live action. That's like, that show is all style and animation.
I was about to say, it doesn't feel like Mob Psycho would work nearly as well without,
style and animation.
That particular style, because, it's just so, toned down and simple.
The artwork was what made it. Like, that was I wasn't a massive fan of the art style for the first bit, I'm not going to lie. But it was the charm of it. That was the whole point.
So, like, part of the thing with Mob Psycho especially is that it goes from this very, like, simple, one style, and then eventually becomes, like, this crazy, like, during action scenes, colors and lights and actions are happening, and I don't know how they're going to replicate that.
Very poorly.
I'm just more happy that it's not a Western adaptation, because I would have no faith in a Mob Psycho 100 Western adaptation.
Oh god, what the hell would they even do for that?
Look, let's be fair, I don't know if anyone, like, in the business working in the West has even heard of Mob Psycho. So
get the kid with longish hair from Stranger Things. He could be Mob.
It's probably going to be in like 2 years. They'll finally hear about One Punch Man, and they'll be like, "Hey,
see a Western
I heard about this hot new series."
I'll say they just now figured out freaking Death Note and what's the other one? Ghost in the Shell. I don't think they're going to figure out Mob Psycho anytime soon. God.
Listen, a Western adaptation of One Punch Man, I would have more faith in that than most other shows.
I might have more faith, but I don't think they'd understand it.
No.
Because
Yeah,
it's
they just go, "He's
quintessentially making
Superman."
fun of Western comics, and I feel like whoever makes the DC cinematic universe would get a hold of it and be like, "This is what they want. They want it to be super dark and serious."
Justice League 2 is against. It's just Justice League versus.
Oh God,
Saitama.
Justice League is going to be such a bad movie, isn't it?
Hold on, if they made Justice League versus Saitama, I'd watch the shit out of that movie.
Oh God, yeah. I keep forgetting that Justice League's coming out next month.
Yeah.
It's like-
November.
I can't believe it's not Apocalypse.
It's not looking good. The marketing, they're just doing it all. Not.
Yeah, it's coming out next month.
Who are they trying to fool? Oh, Superman's dead. Who are they fooling with that?
Do you know what's
Let's
weird?
put him in every trailer.
Yeah.
It's coming out next month, and I've seen barely anything of it. Like on TVs, posters, about any
the
marketing.
one trailer,
anything.
the one trailer I saw is like, nah. I mean, okay, like Wonder Woman was a good movie, but like, no.
I saw way more about Wonder Woman than I have of Justice League. I mean, maybe it'll ramp up in the next couple of weeks, but
I'm seeing it all over the place. It's in like my YouTube previews and shit like that. The commercials.
maybe it's just me. I don't know.
Might be it's you.
Yeah, because I have ad blocker on, so I kind of miss a lot of them. Yeah, but that's that. I thought it was a Western adaptation, but it isn't. This would be more effective if Now is here, because he's the only person I know who still plays Pokemon Go. But Pokemon Go, for Halloween, is releasing a ghost Pokemon from the 3rd generation. It's a limited time offer. Cool that they're doing that, but it's maybe 1 year too late. I think they should have done something like this a little sooner, and then everyone would have been up for it. But
I mean,
probably like two
they
people
had a
something.
big ghost event. I remember that in 2016.
I think we all, I'm safe to say I'm firmly off the Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
wagon at
there's
the moment.
this
Last
old
Halloween
event.
when I quit.
There's this old event where I got a Grim Reaper hood, and then I'd always wear it, and people would be like, "Where'd you get that hood?" I was like, "Oh, that old Halloween event that they used to have." And then I'd teleport to Lumbridge, and I'd ask for trades and everything, and I had Black G at the time, I think.
What?
Are we what? Are we still on about Pokemon?
No, that was back to RuneScape days.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
RuneScape! Yeah, so
We're
Pokemon
making
Go
a
is doing
jump.
something. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
And then one last little bit of news. Has anyone seen the new trailer, or at least the English sub-trailer, of the Full Metal Alchemist live-action movie?
I have not. Is it look any good?
It doesn't look as bad. I thought it was going to be terrible, but it doesn't look as bad, the effects, as I thought they were. Granted, it's a trailer.
Yeah, the first trailer they sent out, I thought the effects looked pretty darn good, all things considered.
For a Japanese studio, because
it didn't look
their forte.
intrinsically fake.
No. Looks okay. December the 1st is the release date for Japan. Don't have one for the US or the UK or the Western world in general. I'm assuming it'll be March or April or sometime. Probably won't
Maybe
be a wide.
Funimation will do their screening like they did with Attack on Titan.
Maybe. I mean, I guess I'd check it out if it got decent reviews. But yeah, it's got a release date in Japan at least for December the 1st. So
I'm expecting it will pop up on Netflix at some point. Give it a watch then. Like I assume most other people will,
that's a good shout, actually. I could see it being on Netflix in a year or two.
Netflix comes up with a lot of great foreign content,
Had Ganso on there. It's got
It did have Ganso.
that's something for Halloween. People want to watch it.
But if you're ever in the mood for like a weird kung fu movie, Netflix has got your back.
All you guys got to set your IP to the UK, because, oh man, their game.
Oh, Netflix's UK game is up there, man.
Oh yeah. Okay. There's another PV for Full Metal Panic 4, and this time it's a full 1.5-minute ordeal.
Is it? So it's still happening, still coming.
Still happening. You say it's a 1.5-minute ordeal, but did they show more than like character stills and text on black backgrounds?
There's more than that. No, Full Metal Panic. Oh god, it's happening.
Out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. The mechs are a little CG, but they don't look too bad. Like again, when I think CG mechs, I think Transformers Cybertron, and then I think of my barf on the floor. But this time, I think I can live with it because, like, again, the characters look the same as they did before, and I was just like, this is new footage of Full Metal Panic.
I think we've reached the point where CG like mechs and ships are passable. You know,
to a show that has an effort put into it, yes.
Yeah, it depends on the budget of the studio.
There will always be bad CG, but you know, like 9 times out of 10, if there's a CG mech, you can be like, okay, I'll deal with this.
Again, I wish that a really like good studio got this. I mean, the one that has it did Kaijo, so like they're good in one regard, but like I'm just like, why did they get this? Like, you know, someone like Kyoto Animation, even though they're beyond that, someone like Bones, this is a big deal. I mean, I don't know how the anime studios work, but I'd guess they probably had the low bid. Well, I'm happy that Gonzo didn't get it. Like, I mean, again, they did the first season, Gonzo, but it's good that they didn't do any more.
Yeah.
Now, let's make this call here. Do you think they'll finally explain about anything that's going on? Oh, absolutely, they probably will, because there's a lot of confusing stuff with what's the guy? Is it like Tessa's brother or something? I don't know. I mean, there's like girls that are magic, maybe, kind of. Oh, and then holy shit! Remember the time when freaking Sosuke does like his rainbow punch and he's like, "I'm the garbage man" or whatever. Oh god, I freaking. I'm just thinking to the first 5 minutes of the first episode of Full Metal Panic, where shit goes down and it's never explained or brought up again. Oh, you mean that time with like it was in like Russia or something with like the red-haired girl? Whatever the fuck that was. Yeah, that was weird. And they never mentioned that again. No, you can't just open your series with like something that seems very pivotal and then just forget about it. Yeah, there's a lot of loose ends and stuff to explain to Full Metal Panic. I really hope that we get a full story, and then it all will be good in the anime world. I won't need another show after this.
Speaking of shows, now we've got a boatload on tap for the full season. Let's get into the full season of what we've been watching and all that shit. So, do you want to take the floor first, Manimal, or does anyone?
I think I might.
Go for it.
Okay, so again, I found my 5 shows to stick with, and I think it's a decent block of shows. It's more than last season, so that's good, you know. Mm-hmm. First, I'll get it out of the way. The weekly Love Live Sunshine Report. Episode 3 was freaking fantastic. Again, now the show hopefully has gotten in the groove it'll stick with. And, you know, Love Live always rides the board of being incredibly corny, but also sweet. And luckily this episode did it just right. It had all the right feels and moments and everything in it. The right focuses and everything. Because, again, season 1 was like, okay, let's get the characters. Let's brush aside their personal issues so they can just have fun. And now season 2 will hopefully be just that, because it was a good episode. And then Net Juno Susume, or I guess it's like Recovery of an MMO Addict. It's hard to call it that because the 2 titles are so different. Yeah. But this show, again, it's good. Like it's not a great show. It's not going to be amazing, but it's doing enough to make it interesting. Even though like the game world is not good in this show. Like it's not like it doesn't look particularly like a game or particularly good or creative, but it has enough of a fun concept to keep up with it. So I'll keep watching it. Also, I added another show, Konohana Kitan, which is about fox girls in ancient times who run a hot spring. It is good.
Oh, yeah.
It's good. No, it's actually good. It has the nice themes. Again, it's corny, but good corny, because it explains like the characters' conflicts and everything like that. It's not like Urara Miricho, which was a pretty shit show, actually. It's it looks alright. You know, again, it'll be cheesy, but it'll be okay cheesy. Then we have Umaru.
Oh.
Okay, so
ladies and gentlemen, this is the segment of the show where Manimal needs to be sent away for a few moments.
No, it's alright, because episode 3 is actually good. Again, episode 3 is divided in multiple parts, which is what the series does well. It has fun characters, like Umaru, like... No, I thought I had clarity, but I don't have any clarity, because Umaru's a piece of shit. But also, there'll be nice moments in the show, and then it'll be like, haha, it's just a joke. There's frickin' Nick Donald's, in which they had Ronald McDonald screaming, "I'm loving hamburgers."
Yeah, you sent me that clip, and that was the first thing I woke up to this morning.
And it had like it did the jingle but different, and then it had on the screen "I'm loving it." It just straight up had the slogan of McDonald's on the screen anyway.
R.I.P. McDonald's, where they just turned the golden arches upside down.
It's Nick Donald's, and that was amusing.
Yes,
it
let's inform our listeners that you did reveal another telling thing to us.
What was that?
About your sister.
Oh yeah, I have her picture as Umaru on my phone.
Yes.
And
I feel like there's a complex developing here.
What do you mean? To Umaru?
He loves and hates Umaru. Do you see Umaru as like an annoying little sister?
My sister's not like that.
Okay.
Well, I'm in some regards, but not in like the annoying regard. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's weird. Like again, it makes me laugh every time that picture comes up, and it's like, can you pick me up? It's just the Umaru picture.
I love it to ring you and then you just answer and go, why are you a little piece of shit? I can't believe it. I got you on my keychain, but I fucking loved you, but I hate you at the same time.
Umaru is, like, again, because Umaru, like, she's annoying. Her voice is really annoying. But then when she becomes normal Umaru, like the big one, she's like literally a different human being. It's such a weird thing, but it was a good episode, so.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Then we have Blend S. And this was a decent episode. The main character finds a bondage dojin at the shop, and she's scarred for life. Like, literally ceases to function as a human being, and is absolutely terrified of what she's seen. So that was actually really funny. It was a good joke they did with that one. And it was a good episode. Again, it's a fun show. You know, you have the characters who are the tropes, but, like, again, this is the character who tries to be nice, but always looks mean. There's, like, a backstory. Like, she loves overseas countries because she fell in love with Colonel Sanders. So she was just like staring at a Colonel Sanders statue, and everyone just asked her to leave because she looked really mean, even though she was looking at him with love in her eyes. This is like another show, Unhappy or whatever, where one of the girls is like in love with a construction sign, like this guy named Bob on a construction sign. So she's just in love with Bob or whatever his name is. And
Colonel Sanders Summer, heartthrob of Japanese girls everywhere.
Yeah. And it's just like, oh god, it's funny. Again with the thing, the dojin. It's like, what did you see on the cover? She's like, school uniform, tied up, lots of sweat. What was that sweat? It was really good. It was a good episode. I like that show.
Yeah.
Again, it's a decent block of shows that I've picked up this time, actually. I think it will do the job.
More than you thought, because I remember you, if memory serves me right, on the fall season first.
I don't give a shit about anything.
Yeah. So, I will be honest, yeah. Fall season's been better than I anticipated. I know there's a couple shows I was excited for, but yeah, I'm happy with the crop of shows I've got at the moment.
But again, like, I thought that I had clarity about Umaru. I thought I fully understood things, so now I don't. I don't have clarity.
You are just holding on, grabbing the bull by the horns, and just letting Umaru take you on a journey of self-discovery.
Like, a piece of shit, but like sometimes it's really funny because there's this whole stupid joke where this other guy from her brother's work comes over, and they're just like such pieces of shit together, and this freaking show. Okay, how about you go now?
Me or Coryn?
Either one of you.
I mean, I guess I'm technically next in the lineup.
Yeah.
So, let's see. I watched the next episode, Vanishing Line Garo Vanishing Line, however the fuck you want to say it, since Garo is obviously the subtitle, even though it's the main series. That doesn't make a goddamn sense. But it's really cool because in the first episode, we're introduced to Sword, who is like a big, buff, like punch kind of anime hero.
Yeah.
In the second episode, we're introduced to Luke, who's a very, like, I'm angsty and I wear a trench coat anime hero. And I feel like they're really playing on their tropes. But yeah, it's still really good. I definitely check out Vanishing Line. It's definitely keeping up the energy of the first episode. And then I watched the second episode of Dai's Irae,
I watched the first episode of that.
Yeah, in the last episode I mentioned that I was concerned that it might be having Nazis as the protagonist, which seemed a little strange. But the second episode is a complete 180, and we're introduced to the actual protagonist, I want to say.
Okay.
And the Nazis are clearly the bad guys.
Well, I'm glad they cleared that up.
Yeah, because like the second episode, it's like these are your classic Japanese protagonist characters, and it's like okay, obviously these are the protagonists. It's just weird because the first episode completely concentrated on nothing but 1939 and Nazis.
Wait, did we watch the same show? Because the first episode was just a guy living his school life, and then the Nazi people come in at the end.
I think you missed the first episode.
Whoa, hold on, no. Was there like an episode 0 of this show or something? Because the first episode
1. In the first episode, it's all about Nazis.
What?
1939.
What?
In the second episode, the dude wakes up in the hospital.
Yeah, that's what happens in the first episode.
That's the second episode.
What the hell? No, there's episode 0. I'm right. There's an episode 0.
It's the first one in the Crunchyroll feed.
No.
Yes.
Have you missed? You've missed the first episode, dude.
No, episode 0. It's episode 0. It actually there's an episode 0, and I watched.
It might have called episode 0, but it's episode 1 for all intents and purposes.
Yes, so I saw episode 0 in the Crunchyroll thing, and I didn't watch it because I was like, oh, it's probably some stupid thing.
No, it's not. It's the actual first episode.
That's so stupid. Why would they make episode 1 episode 0?
I don't know, Animal, because it's back in time.
Because again, I was like, when I was watching it, I was like, what the hell is Coryn talking about? The Nazis people don't even appear, and you don't even know they're Nazis when they do appear.
I mean, they do appear, and they're still wearing Nazi uniforms, so you should
but you couldn't. They don't say anything.
No, but it's pretty obvious when a Nazi uniform is a Nazi uniform is a Nazi uniform.
Well, yeah, I know, but it's just like I was like, what is Coryn even talking about? And then I guess that explains everything now.
Yeah, it explains a lot of things. So yeah, I watched that. Definitely Japanese main protagonist, as you would expect. It's still good though. I'm still enjoying it more now that it's not all about Nazis being the good guys.
Yeah.
They definitely seem to be the evil guys. Especially since they had this whole diatribe about like murdering all the children and the babies and the old people. That kind of sets them in the evil
screams
category.
Protagonist.
Oh, absolutely.
Doesn't it?
Don't you remember when Goku was like, hey, I'm going to go kill an entire school?
It's like, I killed Frieza. Now I'm going to kill his brother. Now I'm kill his baby daddy. And then I just punch a kid in the tit.
Punches him in the tit.
Yeah. Yeah, so Garo, whatever.
Benching line dies Irae, and I also watched the second episode of Juni Taisen.
Yeah.
With the Zodiac's fight, and dear God, I think I'm just seeing a trend, and it's that if a character has a flashback sequence, they're gonna die.
Yeah, I wanted to say it last week, but basically for the first episodes that I've seen, whoever is the focal point of the, whoever's the POV of the episode is the one who's going to die.
Because in the first episode, and they're always going to die in like the last 10 seconds too. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because like the first episode, spoiler alert, you follow the boar character, and she dies at the last 10 seconds. And the second episode, it's a little bit more confusing because it does jump around a little bit to introduce more characters. But mostly you follow the dog character. And at the end, his head just gets fucking crushed. Unceremoniously.
By Little Chicken Girl.
Yeah, because he has a poison thing where he can make poisons in his mouth, being again it's ninja magic, basically.
Yeah, his special
it's not
ability
straight
is
up
bite.
magic. It's specifically ninja magic.
Yeah.
But he can make poisons in his body. He can poison people biting them. So he bites her and gives her a poison that makes her super, her abilities pumped up. And he's like, control your abilities. And she's like this. And again, she's like a very, I'm not going to say moe, but very innocent looking girl and dressed in a very revealing outfit. And she just reaches up and just fucking crushes his head.
Yeah.
Like fucking scanners.
Yeah, she just does him. It's got a cool name. It's called One Man Army, the drug is. So,
it was. Yeah, by the end, I was hoping, oh man, dog better not die. He's actually kind of, oh, there he goes.
Yeah, dog guy's dead. And chicken girl knew it.
Dog.
Well, got killed by a chicken. Can we mention as well the titles, the episode titles of Juni Taisen are so, not pretentious, but they're so weird.
Why don't you give us a few examples?
Okay, episode 1 was even boars after 7 generations may become pigs. Episode 3, trying to cut chicken with a beef cleaver.
I feel
episode number 4, lions eat lambs.
I feel like all this are just spoilers for the episode, if you really think about it. Like, the spoilers in retrospect. Like, you say the boilers become pigs. Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of obvious, yeah.
She dies straight up. But, like, cutting chicken... What was it again?
Trying to cut chicken with a beef cleaver, which is obviously ox, you know.
Trying to cut chicken, though. It doesn't work out.
Wait, hold on. I'm concerned. What was that movie called? It's not Lions Eat Lambs. Lambs Eat Lions. It wasn't that either.
I don't think lambs eat lions.
The Men Who Stare at Goats.
No, it was a movie from like 2006. I remember seeing it in the preview.
Little Lion Man?
Lions eat.
I don't know why you're thinking of that. Yeah, Juni Taisen. I've watched episode 3. I won't reveal any spoilers. But I'm enjoying it as well.
I'm liking it. It's a genre I enjoy. Of just dudes. I don't know. Interestingly characterized. That's not the word I'm looking for. Unique character designs kill each other, I guess. Yeah.
I am wondering what's the deal? Like, is it going to be every episode is character die?
It's a 12-episode series. There's 12 zodiac signs, and one started the show dead.
Yeah, I guess.
So, I think they're all going to die by the end. Well, one of them's going to survive, probably. But, I hope there's going to be some sort of twist. Like, maybe they try and take on the evil organization that tries to fight them. Because there's this thing with the monkey character, who's a pacifist, and also doesn't wear pants. Nobody wears pants, it seems.
Squidward.
But, no, she's hot. But, she's
Squidward's
a pacifist.
Squidward's hot.
She wants to save as many people as possible, because that's her deal. She walks on the battlefield and, stops people from fighting. But, they're all being poisoned to death.
Yeah,
so I don't know how it's going to work.
I feel like she's got some trick up her sleeve, but I don't know. Her and the rat, if anyone's going to survive, I'd guess the rat, just because it's that rat
bastard.
I mean, I don't know. It's interesting to think. I don't think any of the obvious characters are going to survive. It's going to be the least likely character.
Yeah. I mean, just because, you focused on, the ox as well. He's, the strongest one. He's the matador.
The genius butcher or something like that?
The killing systematically. He's the genius of slaughter.
That's what he's called.
I
feel like if anyone's going to survive, I think it's going to be the monkey, because both episodes have concentrated fairly heavily on her.
Yeah, her and the rat. I still feel like there's going to be some twist where the monkey actually is, this is her way of winning, and she's doing something. She's not a true pacifist or whatever. She's, does that? She's evil all along.
It's hard to say because the boar hated her, but the boar is also a fucking psychopath bitch. As we discovered in the first episode, it's revealed that she drove her sister insane and then forced her to commit suicide. Basically,
yeah.
Not that her sister wasn't a psychopath to begin with, but
well, she kind of made her a psychopath.
She made, but she was already I like killing animals and it's cute. But then she became, I like killing everybody,
and it's cute.
It was weird. They're a bit fucked up, but all the characters.
Everyone's a little fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
I like the sheep who just is an old man with explosions.
Oh shit! Yeah, I totally forgot about him.
Cool.
This little old man running around with grenades and shit.
Also, I want to clarify, the movie was called Lions for Lambs. It's about Afghanistan.
Thank you very much.
I know, everyone was waiting to see what it was called, and I just told them.
What, anything else that you managed to catch, Coryn, or?
Did
you see Black Clover?
I did. 2? Oh, God, I didn't think about it. No, I didn't. I'm not super worried about watching Black Clover episode 2 because I've already read all of Black Clover.
Well, episode 2, I mean, I'd like you to watch it as well because I'm pretty certain that does not happen in the manga.
Really?
It's a flashback to when they're 5, which they're way too fucking old. They're running to the next town, and it's you are not 5 years old. fuck you. And then there's like, they get
no
into
anime character is the right age.
I hate it. I'm like, motherfucker, you're not 5. You're about 10.
They're not fucking 15 either. Nobody sends a kid off to work 15. Jesus Christ. I don't care if it's a medieval kingdom.
But yeah, I'm pretty certain that's like it covers manga stuff because it's they do like a throwaway line when it's like, oh, one day Asta and Yuno came back and Yuno never cried again because he used to cry when he was a child, and then it sort of explores that. It explores that, and it's weird. But yeah, Asta's annoying still.
No, because I was watching anime, I'm like, I only watched 3 episodes of stuff. I feel like there was something I was missing. Oh well, I guess I'll do something else.
Yeah, it's like I say, it's worth watching. It's gearing into the actual plot now, so it's going to get going.
Although I know it's not anime related, but I remember several months ago I mentioned I bought a book called On a Pale Horse.
Yes, I remember.
And I bought it because of the cover, and it was death. Like the Grim Reaper driving a sports car through a city with a man in the background on a flying carpet. And I finally finished that book, and I gotta say, there was some really cool stuff in it, but overall, it was very preachy.
Yeah.
And like all the characters spoke like they told you exactly what they were thinking all the time and shit. It's just not good writing. It's not good dialogue. And I know the guy writes like a fantasy series, which probably would make more sense in that, but like it was supposed to be more like grounded, this one. And it pisses me off because there was some really cool like conceptual stuff in there and some like really cool scenes.
But yeah, the dialogue lets it down.
The dialogue lets it down, and just like the storytelling in general is just weird mostly because of the character dialogue and their actions. It's very, I don't know how to put it. It's like, it's almost Shakespearean in the way people act.
Oh, so like very on the nose. Very
on the nose and very, I am describing what's happening to you right now. Even though it's clearly happening in front of me. And this is my exact thought process. And I'm conflicted, but I'm not conflicted. But I should be conflicted. And I have to save her, but I cannot because of my role in life.
I think you might be wrong because it has a 4.1 on Goodreads, so maybe you just don't know anything.
I'm just saying it was the book came out like 1980-something, early 80s. And I think maybe we had a different level of what we were looking for back then.
Maybe.
I also feel like this book took the Satanic Panic way too seriously when it was written.
Satanic Panic?
I'm not kidding. The climax of the book takes place on a space station for no good reason. It's literally thrown in there at the last second. And there's a bunch of Satanists going like, "Hail Satan, or I shall condemn you to hell. Praise the name of the devil."
Oh, it was written by those kind of people.
I think maybe. Well, person. Either way, it was a lot of cool stuff, but like overall, too preachy.
I know how you feel. I've long been a fan of anthropomorphized versions of death. This is probably not surprising since we've been doing this for thousands of years to varying degrees of sophistication, and some do it better than others.
I mean, Johnny, I love anthropomorphized death. That's one of the reasons I picked up the book. I probably wouldn't have otherwise. But like,
yeah, like I first read the book back when I was 13, and I loved it. Immediately tore through the rest of the books in the series, and would regularly bring them up in series of conversations about book reading.
Are you reading a review right now?
I'm sure he is. He absolutely did not read it when he was 13.
This guy has ever written. Sadly, that's not saying much. He has some creative ideas, but his prose is mechanical at best and plainly clunky at worst.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
Does it say Matt underneath it?
It does not.
8 hours ago.
But like, there was this one scene in the middle of the book I want to describe to you. Is basically this whole concept of this is a universe that takes place in roughly the 80s, so they don't have any modern concepts of technology like we do, which would solve a lot of their problems, to be honest.
Yeah.
And we're like, after World War II, basically people realize that magic is real. So magic and science are like working in tandem nowadays in the real world. A dude who's kind of a deadbeat murders Death when he comes for him with a gun. Because Death is an office taken up by people, basically, whose souls are like in balance between good and evil.
Okay.
So they're not like destined for heaven or hell. They're just kind of going to either sit in purgatory but they kill Death. He kills Death and becomes Death because he gets his shit afterwards, and it's like magic shit that makes him Death.
Oh.
And the whole idea is that like there's 5 incarnations of immortality is I think the term. So there's fate, death, time, war, and nature. And basically they're all living people who end up becoming immortal because they get into that particular office and they change out because of different reasons. Death because he gets killed. But basically in the middle of the book, he's going to like take a dude's soul. And he's like in an old folks home where it's very like utilitarian, is like, there is no music, there is no talking. I am an evil corporate executive and I own this old folks home for some reason. It doesn't make any sense. But the old dude is like,
did you design it?
I know, shut it. The old dude in the old folks home is like, I just want to hear a song before I die. And he's like, Can you please sing this hymn? So he goes like next door and finds like this punk rock band at like a dance hall, because dance halls still existed in the 80s. And he
Was it
them,
the Dead Kennedys?
I don't know. They had some stupid punk rock name. And then he hauls them into the place, and they're like, we don't have a singer. And he goes to like a church and brings like a Southern Baptist like choir singer, and she's like, I don't know how to sing this shit.
Whoa! A Southern Baptist?
Yes, and don't do
I
the
said,
voice.
good Lord!
My God. So he brings her over, and like they do this like Bible hymn. And, like, it's super good, and everyone's, like, stuck with emotion. And the whole idea is, like, cops showed up because the evil, owner of the old folks' home called them in. But, like, the idea is that, like, God actually showed up, and, like, everyone's, like, weeping in tears. It was a really well-done scene. Like, in a sea of badly done scenes.
Yeah,
it's
like...
hard to explain. But it was a really, really good scene.
I said, Mr. Policeman, let me finish singing for this old man. There you go. That's all you got.
The world that Anthony creates in this book is amusing and creative. It's the details where Anthony doesn't live up to the potential of the world.
It's true.
Anyway.
This
book
though.
did not age well.
It doesn't. That's my bit, though. I'm good. Moving on.
Fair enough. Okay, I will get this one out of the way right now. Holy shit! Episode 2 of Inuyashiki. Fuck me, that ramped up a little bit. You can tell it's from the mind of the guy who did Gantz. And if you didn't know, it's kind of obvious because there's a whole thing where there's a school guy, like... Are you familiar with the plot of it? I think we went through it on the
the old guy fighting himself.
There's an old guy who's turned into an alien robot because a UFO crashed on him. Also, a school kid got turned into one, like a teenager, about 16, 17. Episode 2 follows him. The other guy who got turned into a crazy robot. However, he's not a good-hearted individual. He seems normal at first. He goes to see his friend who hasn't come to school for a few days. Goes into his bedroom. He has Gantz posters everywhere. And I was like, oh, that's a subtle nod to Gantz. That's quite funny. And then he says, are you the something killer? Because you read Gantz all the time. And then he goes, no. That's a crappy manga anyway. That's what the internet says.
Shit.
And then he goes, are you one of those people who only cares about the internet? That's a pretty empty person. I was like, is this intentional? Is he poking fun at himself or people who bashed Gantz?
I mean, it has a high rating.
Well, that was quite funny because I was like, I saw the poster, I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. He's got a, Gantz poster. And then like they started talking about it. I was like, oh. But then they mentioned Attack on Titan and One Piece multiple times because he's a One Piece fan, the psycho robot guy. And fuck me. Okay, spoilers for Inuyashiki. Does anyone care if I go through the episode or?
No.
Do it.
Okay. This is how it ramps up. So it starts with that. He basically shows his friend that he's a robot. And his friend's not really convinced. He's like, that's got to be a magic trick. Because he opens his head and it just like is mechanical. So
I don't know. I feel like if you came up to me and said, open my head, and it was full of mechanical shit, I'd be like, oh shit, you're a robot.
Right. He's like, there's got to be some trick to it. This can't be real. So he tells him it's a magic trick. So he goes, follow me to Ikebukuro. Let's do this. He shoots a crow out the sky with his finger. So he does like a finger gun and goes, bang! Nothing happens. They all fly off. The guy goes, oh yeah, the smart crows, they think they're being shot at. So he goes, this one's not getting away. So as one's flying away, he shoots it, and it comes from the sky. And he's like, holy shit, did you just kill it? He's like, oh, it's a trick. Then they go to Ikebukuro. They're in like a electronics store. He turns all the TVs to porn by touching one. So still, it's kind of in the realms of,
Dude,
this could be a huge
I would
trick.
love the ability to just turn things on to porn.
It's
I would have so
funny.
much fun at like Best Buy.
Yeah, it's literally one of them stores that they're in something like that, and there's just old men complaining at the store workers, like, what the hell's going on? We can't turn it over. But then, so it's harmless pranks, that is, like turning it to porn or whatever. So he goes outside and he goes, watch this, and he starts crashing a ton of cars together. Like loads of cars, there's a huge pile up and loads of car crashes, which is kind of
murder.
fucked. Yeah, you don't see anyone
That's
explicitly
just murder.
die.
People are going to get hurt. There's insurance to worry about.
seriously hurt. And then, so you're like, okay, he is a bit unhinged. So, skip a couple scenes afterwards. He leaves his friend. His friend's like, he's a bit fucked, but, he's a good friend. He cares about me still. He rings his mum like the psycho robot does. And it's like, oh yeah, I'll be home bits. Love you, bye. Oh, I'd love to go fishing with Dad. Cheers. Then you see him in a street, and he's spinning around with his eyes closed. He stops and points at a house and goes, you're it. He walks in. There's a woman there. He says, honey, I'm home. You think, oh, maybe it's his mother, but he said, that's it. You're it. That's weird. He then shoots her, kills this woman. It's a mother. You then hear a father playing with his child in the bath. He goes into the bath, talks to him, murders the father after he begs to spare the child, and he says, oh no, I'm killing the kid too, shoots the father in the back, so he falls onto the child and drowns the kid under him in the bath. You see all this
What the fuck are you watching?
Because I was watching it, and I was like, okay, oh, what the fuck? Jesus Christ. It went up, and it was like kinda hard to, like, that's fucked. And he's doing it because he was like, say something to me. He's like, what do you want? He's just like, just say something to me. How do you feel right now? He's empty. He calls himself empty, and he's emotionless, and he's trying to make himself feel alive by experiencing others at times of peril. Like, when people are like breaking down emotionally because they're terrified that they're about to die. He's trying to live vicariously through them, I think. That's his mindset.
I guess, but I feel like once you've caused like a 500 car pileup, if you don't get a rouse out of that, your emotions are dead. You don't need to escalate it to murdering an entire family.
Well, he does that, and then the daughter comes in. She comes in from school. She's about his age. So he's like, yeah, she sees the mother dead, and then she's like, oh, shit, and he's still there. He goes, oh, I killed them. It's fine. I killed them. So, what kind of manga do you like? And she's obviously upset and crying. He's like, and she says One Piece. He's like, oh my god, who's your favorite character? I love One Piece. And then she's like, is my brother and dad dead? He's like, why does that matter? We're talking about One Piece here. What's going on? And he carries on talking to her, like just having a normal conversation. She tries to run, but then we finally see Old Man, because he presses his ear, and all of a sudden he can hear screaming, so he gets in his car, and he's trying to locate the screaming. So he's too late. He basically hears her die, because he's stuck in traffic in his car, and he's a bit upset because he's no use whatsoever, because he's missed them. But he gets to the house, he goes around, sees all the death, he's a bit upset, and then he bumps into the kid. The kid's still there. And he shoots him. He does the bang finger gun thing. But then the episode ends with the old man getting up and staring him down, and it's like, oh, are they about to fight?
I've got to say, this makes that one post you made on the chat make a lot more sense with the One Piece.
Man. Yeah, god damn it, it's so... Oh, I mean, it was just that moment. I don't think I've ever seen an anime where it was twisted. Like, it's obviously you've seen movies and stuff where it's like, oh, a psychopath, killing his victim and all that. But like the kid, that was the one that I was like, that you don't see that shit. And
I mean, that's normally like a real fucked up death. It's your dad dies and then he falls on you and drowns you. Ugh.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, are they showing? Because I was thinking something's going to happen. Like he's going to spare the kid. He's going to save the kid or something. I was like, oh no. Oh shit! Like, you know, you can tell it's twisted. It's, you know, made you hate him. No,
I mean, I would hope so.
Can't wait for next week.
He's fucked up enough that he kills a man who's naked, and like, even if I was gonna go out and kill somebody, to be like, at least put some clothes on.
Yeah,
I don't want you to have to be found be the naked dude.
I did not think they were going to fight in the first 3 episodes. No, him and Old Man. I thought that was going to be a whole thing that the season would build to.
Well, because it's on the poster, right?
Yeah, that's true. But I thought they'd be like building up to it, and then they are going to throw down in episode 3 for some old man fighting a punk. It should be good.
I thought they were the same person.
No. They're both robots, but one's an old man, one's a teenager.
I thought when you talk about the ideas, like he's like fighting himself.
No. I mean, they're the same thing. They're made of the same. I'm assuming they have the exact same powers.
Oh.
Just one's a good guy and one's a bad guy, really.
Gotcha.
Unless there's a time travel plot that's introduced later that we don't know about.
Yeah, maybe, but I think it's just aliens. Aliens.
Hey, look at
that's the reason. I'm looking.
No, I was imitating you.
Black Clover I've watched as well. Juni Taisen I've watched. We covered that already. What else? I haven't watched Magus Bride, Garu Vanishing Line, and Just Because. I have watched the first episode of Season 5 of Ruby. Do you guys still anyone watch that?
I never followed Ruby to begin with. I always meant to, but it just never happened.
I never meant to because I never wanted to, and I never want to.
Fair enough. I watched it because I was a huge fanboy of Rooster Teeth when it first came out. Less so now. In fact, I don't really follow them at all, but because I followed the story for 5 years now, I'm still intrigued about what it is. It was okay. Obviously, the budget's been increased. The voice actors, they've not just got staff of Rooster Teeth now. They've got professional voice actors as well. Not to knock those who did the voices. I always thought they did a great job. Miles was good. The girls were good. Like Barbara and Coryn and all those guys. Can't remember the names. The main 4, but it was fine. It was alright. I'm still going to follow that. Not much to say. It's just picking up where it left off. It's okay. Hopefully it gets better because Season 4 wasn't great. What else have I watched? Inuyashiki, Black Clover.
Oh yeah, Inuyasha, right?
I have watched... What else is there? Oh, King's Game! Osama Game. King's Game.
Osama Game.
Osama. King's Game. It's the King's Game. So, it was pretty average on episode 1. Episode 2 and 3, I've really picked it up, and I'm enjoying the show now. I'm happy with it, because most of it's been flashbacks to when he played the first game. And the difference there is that we're now seeing he's friends with everyone in that room. There's established connections that he has to people. So it's not just, watch this person die who we don't know, or we don't know who he relates to or anything. Like, and that again is pretty. It led to some interesting parts. So, for example, spoilers again for King's Game, but in his flashback, his best friend and his girlfriend, they're his crew, basically, the people he doesn't want to lose. So his best friend is going to... The order is him and some other random girl. They have to have a popularity contest between the two, and whoever doesn't win is punished. So they are like, oh, holy shit, whoever doesn't win this popularity contest is going to die. So he does everything he can to get his best friend, to win, and she just basically whores herself about to all the nerds so they'll vote for her. But he sends a secret text to say, I know a way out of this King's Game, I know how to survive, you need to vote for Thingy, and I'll tell you what it is. So he proper just lies. He ends up winning by 1 vote, his best friend. So the girl, thinking she's going to die, just jumps out of the window, tries to kill herself, which she does succeed. And then a little message comes through and says, punishment is you've got to tell your crush that you like them. That's it. She wasn't going to die after all, which is pretty standard. It's, kind of an obvious bait and switch. But she dies, and then he gets put in her place, and he has to do something. So the order comes through at 10 to 12, because they have till midnight to do every order. So it comes through at 10 to 12, and it's like he has to have sex with someone. And the only person there is the protagonist's girlfriend. So he just, starts crying and just shoves them in a room. And he's like, please do it, each other. I'll forgive you, it's fine. But it's like all three of them just crying and screaming at each other, and then eventually he just knocks him out with a punch and just has his girlfriend sleep with him while he's unconscious because he won't do it, because he doesn't want to betray his best friend.
I mean, on that point, you do like, what, a couple thrusts and it's good. It's technically complete.
And then she obviously comes out as a wreck, because she doesn't want to do it, but she wants to do it to save his life, and oh, it's weird, because it's like that weird moral dilemma, and that's what I think they should do a lot more of those. That's a fucked up situation.
I mean, if you have to save someone's life, that's a pretty tame thing to do.
I want to say, is it between bone this person and have them get murdered? I think I'll take option A.
Yeah,
I may not be like comfortable or happy, but like between that and death,
it's better than like cutting someone's arm off.
She doesn't want to betray her boyfriend, though.
Oh, it's a high school relationship. Fuck off.
And it's his best friend as well.
Yeah,
like,
but
if your best mate says...
die, though, so don't be an idiot.
Yeah.
I'll say, I feel like I can easier live with you had sex with your best friend's girlfriend more than you let your best friend die.
Yeah.
You can get over the one. There's extenuating circumstances. That's basically rape on everyone's part. Like, I mean, they're getting raped by the, King's Game itself.
Game.
The
there you go.
Ethereal presence that is King's Game. Like, that doesn't count.
Yeah. It's one of them. I mean, hopefully they'll do more of that. One thing they have done that makes it a little more interesting, but it's sort of a bit dumb. First episode, in the present, not in the flashback. First episode, the protagonist, the girl who's, like, close to him, she's like Mrs. Popular, she's the most popular, she's kind and caring, most
she's
beautiful,
Mrs. Puff.
etc. Most popular. She turns out to be an actual total psycho bitch. She just suddenly turns in episode 2. There's no setup to it. It's just suddenly, boom, fuck this, I want to survive. And she's like bashing people around. She tries to get him killed, the protagonist. She cries rape. She says that he's tried to rape her because he won't agree to... She asks him what he knows about it, and he's like, oh, there's no way out or anything. She's like, oh, fuck this then. And then just says that, and then she tries to get everyone to kill him. And then another guy just shows up out of their school. He just comes to them. And he's like, the thing is, every other character has been like, oh, she's Miss Popular, she's the most popular, we all trust her, she's beautiful, she's smart, she's athletic, she's kind. So everyone's like under her spell, basically, which I'd assume this guy is. But instead, no, he just straight up bitch slaps her and throws her to the ground. And it's like, isn't he part of the same class? Are they not all fooled by the same thing?
I mean, I feel like if you think back to your high school classes, did everyone like the popular girl?
There wasn't... I don't know, because there wasn't really anyone who was like, oh, in classic cliched anime, it's, this one's perfect, everybody loves this girl.
Yeah, there wasn't.
That's like cliched anime. Like, if we're looking at like real people, there's always people hate the popular girl just because she's popular.
Yeah,
not what she's actually like.
I find the popular word is kind of dumb to use. Like, no one ever used that word or thought anyone was that. There'd just be like the hockey players are freaking dick faces, and that's pretty much it.
Of course, the hockey players in Canada.
Like, by definition of like the classic high school popular, in my school there was, let's call him Joe. His name wasn't Joe, but for reasons, let's call him Joe. Was technically the most popular boy in school because he was the high school quarterback of the senior team.
So it's just flipped. It's flipped because over here it'd be hockey instead of football.
Yeah, whatever. But he was a douchebag and nobody actually liked him.
Oh.
Besides, like, the other douchebags.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Oh, yeah, so King's Game. So 2 and 3, episode 2 and 3 really improved it. So, it's not stellar, it's not like, it's amazing, 10 out of 10, but it's still enjoyable, and I definitely will watch more than 3 episodes, so we'll go for that. And finally, I just watched the Cocktail one, that's another one, but whatever. Finally, I managed somehow, you convinced me to watch another episode of A Sister Is All You Need.
Oh, no. Why would you do that?
Because you told me to.
I know, but I didn't think you actually would.
Yeah, I thought I'd take the plunge and do it, and it's a lot less crude than the first episode, kind of, but it's just boring. It's just... typical ecchi rom-com style thing, female.
Take a turn.
Sisters All You Need. Episode 2 starts off with the protagonist. He is naked in his bathroom, pretending to be a little sister because he's acting out a scene. You know, he's acting out a scene for his novel, so that's fine.
So
one of the girls is working up the courage to come into his house because she wants to study there. That's her excuse. The other girl, who's blatantly in love with him, like, and openly in love with him, just turns up and walks in. They find him. He cowers. She takes loads of pictures of his naked ass, and then they both go back to her hotel because she's staying in a hotel. The one who's in love with him, and she just gets naked and says, "Oh, I need to write, but I can only write if I'm naked," in front of the other girl, which makes her a little uncomfortable because it's, haha, look, naked.
I mean, I can't tell you how many times my hotel girlfriend has broken on me taking a bath, and then we go back to her hotel and she talks about how she can only write when she's naked.
And the other girl's just there reading with her back to her, and then she says, "I'm in the middle of a scene. I need to feel some boobs to really be able to write about it."
The girl or the guy?
The two girls. There's both the two girls who are in the hotel. The guy isn't there.
The guy is not in this scene. Okay.
No. This is the two girls. The one who's naked and the one who isn't. But she does get her tits out so she can fondle them. She gets convinced, really. She's like, "Oh, no, I'm not doing that." She goes, "Go on, please." "Okay, just a bit then." And then she wants to get her butt. And it's just, I don't know if it's supposed to be funny, but it wasn't.
I don't...
Because it was dumb.
Now, my only thing is, you're a girl and you want to feel some tits. You have 24/7 access to tits.
Yeah, but like, you need to feel someone else's.
She says this. She goes, "You have your own boobs," and she goes, "Oh, but yours are like." I think this is the thing because I don't watch too many ecchi comedies, but it's like the comedy is a vehicle to see the ecchi. Which means they cheap out on the comedy part. They go, "Oh, this will be hilarious."
They did stuff like that in Arrow Mongol Sensei too.
Yeah, where she wanted to draw, so it's like, let's make her.
Let me see those panties.
It's like they cheap out on the comedy bit just so they can go, "Oh, well, we need some titties in this scene. Okay, we need some Yuri action, some boob grabbing. How can we do that?"
You know how you do that well?
How'd you do it well?
Kaijo!
You do it like Kaijo.
See, maybe you should take the same tact as I have and just stop watching Yuri comedies, or ecchi comedies.
Well, I don't watch many. I watched this for you. I did this so you didn't have to.
It's not for me. It's for Lego, let's be honest.
But episode 2 was... I'm not going to do the 3-episode rule, because episode 2, it was just... there was nothing really I laughed at. Again, I was just like, "Oh, okay. Huh." I did see someone's like headline. He went, "Surprising character development in episode 3." But you can go fuck yourself. I'm not watching it. Yeah. That's it. That's all for me for the anime 4th season. I'm dropping that one now.
Why would you do that?
Drop it.
Drop it like it's hot. Because I want to. I'm just dropping it. So...
I really want to use this jangle more now. So it's like, hey, Kaijo! Like it
you can use it at any time, can't you?
I like that. It's a Kaijo!
Speaking of Kaijo, it came out around Halloween, didn't it? So
bring it back. Love Kaijo.
Let's go into because it's Halloween, we've got a super spooky topic.
It's not October the 23rd. Shut up.
Have we got a super spooky topic?
We sure don't.
No, we don't.
We don't.
Let's make one up on the fly, because,
I don't know.
Super scary segment. I was going to have a suggestion.
Okay.
What is my suggestion is we all do a little theme of like a description. And what is your haunted house and why?
What?
What is my haunted house?
If you had to make a haunted house, what would the theme be and why?
Oh. The theme would probably have to be... Shit. Come on. My brain is like working hard to think of a good joke right now, but I can't do it.
The theme just said self-be shit, because you've been talking a lot about shit recently.
Yeah, but no, I was trying to think of something that's like shitty or like that'd be like a good joke. It's horrifying, but I can't think of anything.
I would go with I would have it in the sewers.
In the sewers.
Because you're underground, you're in tunnels, you're disoriented, you don't know where you are, and running around, so that'd be most of it. It's almost like a maze, so you're going around. Being in the dark and being lost is pretty damn, especially if you're underground, that claustrophobia will set in. And then chasing you, I wouldn't have necessarily chasing, but I'd have a lot of, because that's kind of, do you know when it's just in your face? That kind of thing, and just constant screaming and constant shouting in like scare mazes and haunted houses.
Yes,
I'm
I know
not a
what
fan
it's
of that.
like when
It's like, it's too much. It's like, that's not horror to me, that's just overstimulation, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you're cool, get out of my face. It's the unsettling ones, the quietness. Do you know when you go in, it's an actor, you think it's an actor, it might be a mannequin, they're standing so still. That's what's fucking freaky. I love that bit. In fact, there was a great one that I went once a few years ago where it was Pinhead, and he had it was total darkness except for him with a torch, like classic horror story style. He's holding the torch under his chin, and he'd turn it off, and it'd be total darkness for a few seconds. And when he turned it back on, he's a few feet closer to you. You haven't seen him move, but he's definitely closer. That was fucking freaky. I'd do as much shit as I can like that.
That'd be good. So no, I read about a haunted house a couple of years ago where it wasn't so much scary as it was unnerving.
Yeah.
Like you go through one room where there's like just a woman getting like an abortion or something. And then like you walk down a hallway and there's just a bunch of dudes around you just like masturbating.
Okay.
It's just weird shit like that.
That is true horror.
That's a great job.
True. It's like that kind of shit that just like unnerves you to like a deep degree.
That sounds like a dream job as well. I am a horror maze masturbator.
I masturbate in front of people all day, every day.
And what do you
don't
think
get
about all the
arrested
time?
for it.
I only get in trouble if I spill fluids on them.
That's the dream job, to be able to masturbate in public but not get arrested for it.
That is not my dream.
I mean, technically it's not in public. It's a private business. So, you
Okay.
you have to sign a waiver for a good haunted house, right? If they don't make you sign a waiver first, it's not a good haunted house.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, I've never looked for the masturbation clause in any of those waivers. I'm not gonna lie.
That's my favorite Christmas movie.
You should. You gotta know what you're getting into.
How much, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much masturbation
Claus,
would take place?
Not a good movie. Tim Allen's best movie, The Masturbation Clause. What was it about?
Bastard.
I don't know.
Yeah, but there was like a porn parody of the Santa Claus.
Oh, absolutely.
It's got to exist.
That'd be easy because Santa comes down from the roof, so you can easily come up with something there.
He'll come in your chimney.
Or no, because when Tim Allen becomes Santa and he goes into people's houses,
I don't know. And
what's your haunted house look like, Manimal? Is it Tim Allen creeping through?
It's probably
I've been very good this year, Santa Claus.
A nuclear winter.
Yeah.
So like a Fallout style. That'd be kind of cool, actually. Loads of people with radiation, that'd be cool costumes.
Yeah. And then there's the Indiana Jones fridge.
What's the Indiana Jones fridge?
Remember the movie when he went in the fridge in the nuke testing center and he survived in the fridge?
No.
I remember.
In the fourth one that nobody liked.
See, I watched that movie at the cheap theater, but I don't even like Indiana Jones.
We're learning revelations tonight.
That was so stupid.
That's
one had Shia LaBeouf.
It had Shia LaBeouf as Indiana Jones' son, as I recall.
Yep. I really don't remember anything about the Indiana Jones movies, even though I think I watched all of them maybe. I don't know.
I'm not super good on all those, to be honest. Not that I dislike them, it's just they were never my thing.
Same.
I never watched them. Never had an interest in them.
Yeah. So, I'd probably make a good old nuclear winter one. Yeah.
With loads of nuclear chaos cast out there?
Oh, they'd be the cutest little mooks you've seen in your life.
Would they be
Are
the
they
nukes themselves?
anthropomorphic nuclear weapons?
Some of them. Then there'd definitely be
I know what you mean.
I think Yui would probably be like Harry Truman. Mugi has to be Stalin.
It's the Cold War
Castro. Who'd be Castro? Oh, Ritsu would be Castro.
Ritsu would be Castro.
Yeah. What's the other Russian guy's name? Crouton?
Yeah, Crouton.
Ketchup?
No, Crouton.
No, Nikita
Khrushchev.
Yeah, that'd probably be like, I guess it has to be, no, that'd be Azusa. I don't know. Frick, whatever, shut up.
Never
this
mind.
Is dumb.
Let's
this
stop.
Just end
That's
the
a new
goddamn
fan
episode
fiction
already.
you can make. No, because we've got one more thing, the important thing
Oh.
that we set up a month ago, the Halloween song contest.
Now, to clarify on the Halloween song contest, both Manimal and Vacant lost, and they were both supposed to create Halloween-themed songs.
You freaking bastard, I made a song.
Manimal, being a good little boy, did create a Halloween-themed song. But Vacant is a naughty boy and will be getting nothing but Christmas, but is cool. Because he did not create a Halloween-themed song. And therefore, he is... No, shut it. You lost.
Let me give you...
You failed.
The song is coming. Let me give you a little bit of backstory, because, this is the reason... The reason why.
He's going to describe us his song, and then he's going to be doing a second punishment game.
So, we were going to do it. I had an idea, and in true Vacant style, my idea rapidly spiraled to something much bigger and something I couldn't realistically do. So, my idea was Vacant drinks a potion, and it releases his inner personalities. Roy Thistlebottom dropping a sick diss track to the rest of the cast of the Happy Hour. It was a roast. It was a diss track to all of you guys. Then Hulk Hogan, Nakamimi Pasta gets in there, Vacant gets in at the end. It was all these parts. Finding a beat was long and arduous, but I managed it. And then I just didn't get a chance to write all of it.
You should have done? You should have just frickin' sang about pumpkins or something stupid like that.
Well, I was trying to, because the problem was I was trying to match it to Halloween as well. So I was like, okay, you can do a diss track, do a comedic diss track, but also make it Halloween-y. And it was too much effort.
I think you set your goals a little high.
Yeah, I made a song that I don't even, the song's stupid. I don't even know what it's about. Frick, whatever.
I was like, should I have just done the Roy Thistlebottom thing?
Oh, yeah. Should have done something.
He was just the other side. If Vacant's Dr. Jekyll, then he's Mr. Hyde.
And inside is all a big confide.
Might even drop it before Halloween. Who knows?
No, you won't.
But there's some backstory.
We'll see that as soon as you upload a different video on the channel you've been talking about for a year.
There's shit coming.
I'm going to start uploading videos on the channel.
Why don't you do something if you want more videos on the channel?
I do my own videos now. And I will when I get
I do my robot.
I'm going to do an unboxing.
Please do. And then we can pop it on the channel.
I'm pissed. It should be here already. That Nair mug should be here. I ordered a book about Queen Isabella on Amazon. It's not here yet. You know, it's been 2 days. It's not here. That 2-day shipping. Big lie. Big fib.
Big fat lie that was. Never mind. That is us. Oh, that's us done. Our super Halloween heavy episode there.
Yep.
Hope you all enjoyed it.
I hope you were spooked and can't go to bed now.
Yeah. God, that was Halloween-y. Shaking.
Shaking bacon. Shaking bacon.
Yeah.
Shaking bacon. So is there anything else for you guys before we get out?
Sure. Well, are you not going to do your punishment thing?
Oh, my punishment game? What's my punishment thing?
You have to do a, God, I keep wanting to call them roundabouts. That's not what they're called.
Hoedown.
Hoedown. There it is.
Gonna do a hoedown.
You gotta do a hoedown. Halloween-themed hoedown.
Halloween-themed hoedown.
We'll cue up the music and we'll do it as the outro, so don't worry about that.
Okay, we'll do it. We'll do a Halloween-themed hoedown as the outro. Fine, I'm sure. I'm not drunk enough for this, but I guess.
You mean you're gonna forget to do it and then it won't be there?
We're gonna do it. It's gonna happen.
You're gonna forget to do it.
Any other parting shots from you guys before we head on out into November?
Went to the trick or treater.
Oh,
to the trick or treater. That's called child abuse, and we do not stand by it. And it will be November in our next episode. Now that I think about it,
it'll be November the 1st when the next episode's out.
I will still be coming down from my creepiness high.
We may actually do more Halloweeny stuff on November 1st.
Hey guys, it's November the 1st. My name's Vacant. I'm gonna do NaNoWriMo. November the 7th. Hey guys, I'm not gonna do that anymore.
Whoa!
Shots fired.
Shots are fired. Okay, let's go. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Cue the music.
It's almost Halloween and I'm filled with delight. 'Cause man, I love scary stuff that gives me a big fright. So every Halloween I dress up to go trick-or-treating. But I guess dressing up as Harvey Weinstein would be kind of cheating. Now during this holiday I like to watch scary stuff. And the fall season had a show that made me say enough. It wasn't Inuyashiki that made my eyes wanna bleed. It was that fucking piece of shit, a sister's all you need. I really hate you, Coryn, for making me do these rhymes. Can't you tell I'm very quickly running out of lines? You want me to look foolish, but you won't be laughing long. 'Cause since I edit the shows, I can redo this whole song. Now I love a good hoedown more than I love wealth. But doing a 4-1 really ain't good for my health. So let's end it right here, but let me tell you this. If I'd have to sing again this year, I'll slit my fucking wrists. Slit my fucking wrists!
Something good, always under jail, without fail, evil always fails, now it's time to bail. I don't want you to go down a one-way ticket to the ground. Don't die before the end, don't die my gothic friend. Be it a full moon, be it foggy trees, stuck in the mud or cut at the knee. Let's make it long, the dark song, signals of dawn, blood and